Feel your touch from across the room. I taste your energy. I see a light that I never knew. You are overtaking me. Mesmerized, paralyzed. When your eyes find mine, that's when you leave me. Ocean lost, the world drifts around me. Ocean
Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eichenberry in real life, and welcome to another roundtable for Neosland. This one is not a brainstorming roundtable. We do have a guest of Jacques Rousseau with us today. Hello, Jacques, and welcome everybody else here on the Hangout.
Hi, Marky.
So today we've got some interesting news. I suppose we should start off with that not everything in video game design goes 100% as planned. And so we, Jacques and I have been talking about this a bit. The Kickstarter has been canceled today. The game has not been canceled. Let me make that very clear. But the Kickstarter was canceled today. And Jacques, tell me why you decided to pull the plug on it.
Well, when we started the Kickstarter, we made it clear that even if we didn't reach our goal, the Kickstarter will be finishing the game. Mostly the Kickstarter money was just there to do a little bit more polishing onto the game and so on, and get it out a little bit earlier. But as we go along, we got a lot of feedback from people and from the Kickstarter and so on, you know, on what new things we want to add in and need to add in and stuff like that. So we decided to pull it now. We're pretty sure we're not going to be making it anyway, at the moment if we're looking at the numbers. So we would rather use that time that we got left on a Kickstarter and instead of concentrating on it, start full production now of the project. So that's basically what we'll be doing now.
Okay, so full production of the game, what does that mean?
Well, that means we got our schedule lined out now, like for when we're going to be releasing certain things. We're going to be starting to build the world and everything like that inside now. So we've got a good idea of where we want to be and how we're going to get there right now at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what do you project are some of the milestones or timelines as we go through this?
So originally with the Kickstarter, we put a release for Alpha on December. With the changing of it now, we have to move it up a little bit, 1 month. So the release of Alpha will be in, I got it here, January the 30th of Alpha 1. Mm-hmm. So we got a few milestones from now to there. I got a few dates that you can put out there also. For October the 10th, we'll be doing the layout of how combat's going to be working. I think it's going to be a show with you that we'll be doing that. Mm-hmm. So it'll give you a nice layout of exactly how combat's going to be working in the game. October the 11th, we'll be releasing the building tool version 1.2. We've released 1.1 to a few people, but we'll be releasing that to all backers that's backing on the website. So everybody that's backed on the website can actually go into it. I have to say, all the people that's backed on the Kickstarter, everybody's been sent emails with Kickstarter codes, so you can actually go now to the website and continue backing there, do the same back there, and then you can also add in the code there, which will give you the exact daily rewards which we were giving out for the Kickstarter. So you basically end up getting exactly the same rewards as what you would have gotten on the Kickstarter if it was reached this goal.
Is there a time limit on that code?
Yeah, there's a time limit. We put it on the September the 9th, so it's like about a week for now.
It's the same time your card would have been charged anyway, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, that's why we did that, yeah. And also we'll be adding more payment options there. I know some people don't have PayPal and so on. So in the next day or two, there'll be other options to pay with credit card and so forth. So we'll have all those options there for everybody.
I figured out the problem I had with Kickstarter. I have a suite number as part of my address, and when I took that out, it took my card like there was no problem.
Interesting.
It was a server-side issue according to my card service.
Interesting.
So that's
interesting,
something
yeah.
for you guys to think about if you are using similar software.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely look at it. Yeah. So getting back to the dates, so we have October the 17th. We'll do a layout, most probably a roundtable on how crafting is going to work exactly in the game. Then we have our first milestone that we'll be aiming for is December the 6th. It's a developers build 2. In that we want to have the tools in the game working properly, placing items that you save blueprints from in the blueprint tool right into the world. Crafting, the first implementation of crafting will be in the game as well. Skills, the first implementation of skills as well as combat will be in the game, so we'll have some footage on that at that stage. Then I say our second milestone will be the Alpha 1, which will be January the 30th. They will be inviting players to start joining the game and testing stuff and start working on it. And then next milestone will be March the 28th, when we'll be doing the beta release.
Okay.
And
Sounds
full
like a good
release,
plan.
yeah, we got everything laid out. The full release we're looking at in May of 2014, depending on how the beta goes, obviously. But that's what the plan is.
Okay. Okay. So, still on track.
Yeah, like we said before, right? The Kickstarter was actually for us we don't see it as a bad thing actually, because it pretty much did what we wanted it to do in the sense of getting attention to the game and getting the marketing out there and advertising. So that's the biggest thing why we started it. The money is a secondary thing, just like I said, to do more polishing and stuff like that. But it's not the biggest concern for us. So we find it, according to us, we think we were successful with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and there's I think we'll probably do a post-mortem on this at some point.
Yeah.
And figure out what are some of the things that could have been done better for more success. And the Kickstarter doesn't have anything to do with the success of the game overall. It was just the initial funding portion.
Yeah, just to get it going. Yeah.
But it is already funded. So
Yeah.
now let me ask. Okay, so you're asking everybody to take their pledges that they had, put them over to the actual Neosland website. And then, everybody who committed, to being a part of this in the beginning will get their same rewards.
Exactly, yeah.
And what happens
There's going to
after...
be so after the 9th, we're going to continue with the basic reward system up to the first alpha release.
Mm-hmm.
So allowing more people to get into it, and generating a little bit more money. The more we generate, obviously, the more we can polish the game, the more we can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one thing. But what we will be doing as well after the 9th, the daily rewards run out, they're still going to be going exactly like they were on a Kickstarter until the 9th. And then so people that's backing from now on the website can still get those daily rewards as well. And then after the 9th, we'll be adding additional rewards, weekly rewards. So if you're back, similar to the daily rewards, which will count down till the Alpha 1 release. Now, that being said, everybody that's backed on the Kickstarter will be getting the weekly rewards as well, because they've already been backing. So it works exactly the same way as the daily rewards.
Okay. Sounds good. So, okay, I'm there. Okay, what do we have? Any of you guys who are here in the Hangout right now? I'm sure that some of you have some concerns over the Kickstarter being canceled, or or how things are going on in the future. So we'd like to take some opportunity to address that. If any of you have any concerns.
I really don't have any concerns about it being canceled at all. I kind of half expected it if we weren't looking like we were going to reach it.
Mm-hmm.
Because from the very beginning, they said in no uncertain terms that the game was being built. They didn't really need the money, but they're looking to polish. And that's exactly what's been said and what's continued to be said. It doesn't surprise me. In fact, it may actually have something to do with why the Kickstarter failed, to be honest.
That is possible. We have talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Kickstarter is where you go to get money you need.
Well, not necessarily. Kickstarter is an amazing marketing tool.
Well,
and and it certainly has done its job on that. But in my opinion, one of the things that was really needed that we didn't have, which was the gameplay. Actually, having people being able to be in the game and like having an alpha launch right at the end of it. And I think that next time I would insist on something like that.
Yeah.
But
the only thing is with the system that we're doing, that was extremely hard to do.
I know.
We're doing it the other way around with the community building it, right? So if it was done that we built it ourselves, right, and then we didn't get so much input from the community, then it wouldn't matter if we bring in the community at a later stage. So that's why we thought of putting it out there now, would bring in a community. And like I said, that's exactly what it did. We brought in more people into the game and more input. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. No one else has any concerns. Jacques, we have a lot of faith in you.
That's good. Like I said, the big thing I think that puts us a little bit above the rest of the people that brought Kickstarter games to Kickstarter, MMO games and so on, and there's a few out there that hasn't been good for the indie industry, I would say, with bringing out Kickstarter stuff. So a lot of people losing faith in that, but the nice thing about us is the fact that we have an engine. If we were to put it out there for the money, we would have asked at least $1 million, because that's what it would have cost if we haven't had the engine at the moment. The engine is a huge thing. People don't understand how much it costs really at the back end to develop that engine. That's why a lot of games, that go to Kickstarter that want to make an MMO game has to put those huge numbers down there, because a lot of it's got to do with the back end that they have to, if they don't have an engine of their own, they have to develop that right off the bat. So I think that's one advantage that we had way above most of the other games. So we're pretty confident everything will be going well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have a few spots in the Hangout. If anybody else is wanting to join who is currently watching on Twitch, and I think we can move on to any other topics that anyone may have. Just be a little bit more of a Q&A session. So, speak up. You got any questions?
Well, I don't know if anybody has seen the latest videos that we posted for the blueprint tool. So we took some advisement on the feedback that we got from you guys on a previous one. So we've added a few things into that, and it's out there for testing still. The biggest thing is, I know everybody is moaning about it, and I myself find it a big problem, is the undo and save. But that's like our biggest hurdle on that tool. Once we cross that hurdle, then it'll be all downhill from there. Because the two of them go side to side. You can't do an undo on it if you don't have the save working. So next week when it comes out, I think we'll be pretty happy to release that into everybody to use, and then people can start saving stuff and building pretty good stuff, I think.
That's all I'm waiting for.
Yes, Evil is just waiting for the proper moment for his chaos.
I've already built through the tool that we have now. If you don't make a mistake, you can build pretty good, actually. I've got a few things I start building, but you have to make sure you don't make that one mistake, right? Because it's hard to fix it up again. But there's some nice designs coming out that I've done, with just building like walls and stuff like that, and maybe castles and stuff. The one thing we still need into it also is the doors and stuff like that. That's active objects. So that'll be our next priority after the save and the undo, to add that in, so you can actually place doors and stuff like that and interact with it.
Now, when will real life physics? What part of the release will that be in?
We still have to see how close we can get to real life physics, right? It's still in a idea process at the moment. It's not an easy thing to implement that right off the bat. So we'll have to see where we get to that.
Well, I just don't want the castle to fall in on itself as soon as I build it. I don't want to get building too much too early before you implement physics and then find out, oh, wait a sec.
What, did you have to have all of the fun of designing it again?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how much, while I may use the tool, now to create some structures and stuff, when it comes down to it, I imagine that the land is not going to just be flat everywhere, and that there will be some terrain differences, and maybe I'm just going to decide to build on the side of a hill or something like that. I don't know.
Mountaintop.
Yeah.
Mountaintop, yes. That would
You
be
gotta climb
interesting.
You got to climb the mountain before you can go into the dungeon.
Oh,
Wear 'em out.
wear them out. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, so I have no idea. I'll fool around with it and get some experience with it. But I probably for myself won't be building anything that that I'll be looking to implement in the game. Just
Well, that's a
just
good tool to
learning
play around, right
Mhm.
on its own, I think once it's done, on its own, it'll be a fun thing to play around with and do things also, So it's going to be, you might end up, some people like the building like Minecraft and so on. So, people just like building things and showing it off. So we might have a lot of people that just does that, just build a few things and then show it off and stuff like that. We also want to somehow try and incorporate a tool, so the people that are really good builders out there, so they can generate something from it as well, right? So we're looking at that for sure, to do that so they can get something from it and
I'm not a good builder.
put it out there.
That's not where I'm going to make my money in game. I can tell you that.
As soon as this is released, Marky will never see his wife again.
I know. She's a great artist, and yeah, she's very much looking forward to all the things that she can create in the game.
A save button.
A save button, yes. She's looking forward to that too.
Oh,
Actually, she asked
believe
for
me.
undo, but
Undo and save is such a big thing because to build something pretty unique, it's not like a 5-minute thing. It takes a bit of time, so you spend all that time. I'm looking forward to it myself.
yeah, because you can spend hours on a creation.
Oh, I've spent a couple of hours already just playing around with it, but you get into it so much, once you start building your castle and it starts looking good and stuff like that, that you don't want to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
when was this coming out again?
So
The tool?
for the people that's the backers, that's going to be next week. Let me see, what's the date there? Next week, October 11th. So it'll be the version 1.2. Yeah, and then that'll have everything in it basically to start off with. So like the biggest thing. I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of changes on it, but yeah, that's it.
I notice there's grass in it now.
It also
Yeah.
has
Must be
grass.
snow. Yeah.
Yeah, we changed
Oh,
over
shit.
the scenery. We changed the scenery over from grass to, from snow to grass, So you have a little bit of a different scenery in this one, and then what we want to implement it is because you have different types of sceneries that's going to be in the world, we'll definitely be implementing also a switch between sceneries. So you can see how it'll look in a snowy area, or you can build for a grassy area and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, well, we haven't got... It doesn't seem like we have a whole lot of questions, and it's probably a lull from, We're all a little fatigued from all the shows that we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the combat, yes, I do. And I don't think I know. And I think that combat is definitely a subject, which we're talking about next week, that is going to, really kick some things off. And... then, Jacques, are you planning on that, as we continue now, we're still, you're still going to be presenting us with questions or challenges of the next things that you're looking to develop? I think right now you probably have, I don't know how many shows we did with actual roundtables. Well, we actually have 25 brainstorming roundtables that we did. And each one of them on a different subject, some of them covering multiple subjects. And so I think you guys really have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, we got a lot of feedback, so we pretty much got a lot of stuff we have to start implementing now. As we go along with implementation, then we'll get to the point where we can actually, start saying, okay, so this is it. What do you guys think? How do you want to change this? Exactly like we did with the blueprint tool. So what we want to do is also in the future, we're looking at maybe releasing little sections of things, like that, like we did with the tool, to the public. just to get some feedback from everybody, and see how it goes, right?
So we'll have a
that's definitely
combat
stuff.
one, and we'll have our score up on each side, and
Something like that,
and
yeah.
something will go fight.
Something like that, little instances that's not in the world exactly the full world that you're going to be in, and just to test out the different systems, right? And I mean, of course, it's a different type of way we're making this game. We want to bring that out for people to test out and give their feedback, and then we can finalize it and get it polished before we start with alpha even.
And then Tuskar, the hero of pigs, comes up. Fatality.
Oh, goodness. Fatality, yes. Okay, and then we'll have to turn that into a dubstep song or something like that. And I'll make fun of it.
You totally have to add the pig hero into the game now. Someday to be a pig demigod.
Yeah, the pig that says Slayer of Marky.
Yes.
It's the only animal that has its own title.
Yes.
The Boar King.
We have just started the first legendary creature.
So in like a little arena where you can battle, we'll have. Do you want to battle another player, or do you want to battle the killer pig?
The killer pig. Yes.
Actually, I do have one serious question. Okay, what if you show us
Just
this
one?
combat? Just one. If you show us this combat system, and you think it's all great and awesome, and we don't like it, what is the plan
obviously-
after that?
Obviously, it's a numbers game, right? Like you're gonna have a lot of people liking it, a lot of people don't like it. It's like everything else. So
Well, we're hoping.
we'll
for
obviously
that.
put it.
I'm just saying, what is the plan if that does not?
Well, then we
work out?
change stuff, right, until it works out, right? That's the
Okay.
whole idea of the whole idea.
I think
That
I
is the
think
correct answer.
I think probably a 70 or 80% rule could be applied to this stuff.
Yeah.
That some of the things people will be very polar on, and it may be 50-50, and somebody just has to flip a coin, but anyway, we've got if we run into any of those situations where things are very polar or whatnot, then as a community we can go through a resolution process to figure out what exactly will be the best fit, or what is a better fit than the current thing that everybody's having the strife over. So
Well,
Yeah, and just like we did the building system, right? That we had problems with.
Yeah. Well, one of those table the subject for the purposes of the round table and make them fight it out on the forum so everybody can see everybody's arguments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the forums we're definitely going to be starting to use much more. People also notice that on the website, there's going to be a lot of changes coming in the next couple of weeks. One thing we did add in is a chat system right now, so we're on there most of the time, or now and then, so people can log into the website and then log into the chat system at the bottom right, and then post a question or even chat with us. We're around there. So yeah, a lot of things are going to be changing, like I say, also in the very near future on the website.
okay. Well, let me ask something else here, Jacques. So, do you currently have your whole team in place, or will you be hiring more people, or what if somebody who's really talented in whatever they do in the video game industry says, "Hey, I like this project. I want to join the team"?
Yeah, we definitely will be hiring as we go along more people, right? What we're going to be doing is we'll be posting another link. Like I said, that's one of the things that's going to come into the website into play, is a place where you can actually submit your resumes and stuff like that, and we'll be looking at that. So we'll be posting positions there as well.
Okay, very good. Okay,
Not for artists, though.
what's that?
I'm
Not for
just-
artists? Well, it's my understanding there's actually different types of artists, right, Jacques?
Yeah, there's modelers,
just kidding.
there's a bunch of different types of artists that you can put in the game, right?
Many roles.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so many roles, and especially with a small company like us, we end up carrying more than one role, but as we grow and get bigger, obviously you start delegating it more to getting more people and delegating it downwards.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I think we're kind of running out of topics here. Jacques, have you got anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. Like I said, we're going to do a lot of changes in the coming weeks also for a lot of things, and we're going to start rolling out the things now very quickly, development builds and stuff like that, so people can see what's going on in the game. There's going to be a lot of more footage coming out. So everything is going to be riffing up now for the final product to be launched next year.
So, and just to follow up, everybody who is a Kickstarter backer has gotten an email from you, and that email contains a code which you can switch your pledge over to PayPal and or to directly to the site. It ends at the same time, but you can still get your rewards and everything, and then funding will continue on after that, just like so many of the games that are doing crowdfunding. It's still going forth.
Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, and also just to mention, when you're gonna do your payment on the website, you'll see there's a pledge. There's an amount that you can put in, right? And then there's a pledge at the bottom section you can choose from, and there's a Kickstarter code. You can put your Kickstarter code in if you have one. You can up your pledge as well. Say you pledge today a certain amount, and then in a week's time or whatever you want to up your pledge, you can go back and just add in the difference into the. You can type in your own amount as well as choosing an amount from a drop-down list. So say you wanted to go to the next level of the pledge reward system, you can just add the difference that you have between your previous one and that one, and then just choose the next one. And then there's also a comment box, so if you wanted to put a comment in there, you can put that in there also. Only we see that, so there's a lot of options in it at the moment.
Okay.
We'll also be linking all the accounts in the next day or two to directly to show that you're a backer. So when you log in, you'll have you can see that if you're on the forums and so on, that you're a backer of the stuff. So there's a lot of things. Like I said again, there's a lot of things going to be changing on the website pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we come in and transfer our donation basically to the website and then upgrade, do we still get that flag? And are you limiting it strictly to the 9th, or are you going to carry this out throughout the next couple months?
The flag will be carried out to the next couple of months, right? That's the one thing that we won't just keep for just the Kickstarter, because that's like a continuous reward type of thing. The daily rewards that wasn't a Kickstarter, those were counted down. Those won't be continuing, But there is going to be other rewards that we're going to be giving, like I say, weekly ones also that you'll be getting depending on when you deposit and so on.
Gotcha. Because basically, I live on a budget. I'm pretty good with it, but the $120 is pretty much the limit of what I could do in a month for being on the Kickstarter. But if we're allowed to donate and upgrade our rewards over the next several months, I could make this a regular thing and get a much higher tier than I would have otherwise. And I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, there's also another system in there. Also, you can do a recurring system. So you can go and you can put, say for instance, you want to get a $120 one, right? You can put down $20 as your amount. You don't have to choose a set pledge amount, and you can change it to recurring. So you can say recurring every 2 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, right? Up to the alpha, and then you can pledge that amount every month to get to your maximum reward, right?
Well, I don't know if I'd want to do a recurring, but I would want the ability to upgrade up until the alpha.
Yeah.
Because there were some things that I wanted at a higher level that I just couldn't afford in a single month.
But yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
If it's January, I mean, yeah, you're going to get a lot of money out of me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you can do it two ways, right? We just made it options, so people can do it recurring if they don't want to come back every time, or if you want to do it, if you have extra money this month or next month, just keep upping your pledge. That's all fine too. You can do it exactly the same way. It's pretty open now. It's much better than the Kickstarter one, I think.
I have a question here from Toron. He wants to know if can we still raise our pledge if we do it via PayPal?
Yeah, that's what we're just saying right now, right? So if you go pledge now on the website, right, and you pledge something now and you want to up it later on, you can go back there again. There's an option just to put an amount in. So all you do is you say you want to go for, say you pledged the $25 one, right? and you want to go for the $125 one, so you only have to do $95 difference between the two. You can just put the $95 difference in there, and just put maybe a comment there that you're upping your pledge, and also choose the $120 pledge then. You know, that gives you the option of like upping it. So that, yeah, it's totally open how you want to do it.
Okay, also, there was one person that mentioned that they did not get the email from you. And so maybe if their spam filter caught it or something like that, I will tell you how to find it. Log into the Kickstarter site and click on the little envelope at the top, and you will see the email that was sent to you right in there with your code.
Yeah. And if anybody else has any problems, you know, feel free to email us, you know, directly also. You know, we will definitely look into it, getting it sorted out. So there's a few places you can just email directly to us, you know.
Okay. So, last but not least, I think we have a prize drawing to do. So, are you guys prepared for that?
Hold on, let me get back on Twitch.
Yeah, okay, so here's what it is. Those of you who are here right now, live on Twitch, we're going to do a drawing, and this drawing will, there are 4 different things you can choose from. So all you got to do is be a follower of the channel, and just be here. And so I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get followed up while I'm telling you about these. So there's several people have already won, and what's really interesting is that that people have chosen some things that I really didn't think they were going to choose. And so the first item is a secure land block, and so it's a square of land that is already that is secured. You don't have to pay the extra insurance on it, and it gives you a 10% tax break. So that gives you money off of whatever taxes would be incurred on that piece of land. Another item is a 1-month subscription to the game, which is a $10 value. And people have chosen that already. Then the one that I thought that was going to be the most popular is the baby dragon pet. And I don't know, follow you around, burp smoke, you know, look cute, purr. I don't know, do dragons purr?
Depends on the dragon.
Sure.
But the question is, does the dragon grow?
No.
That's what makes it worth having.
I don't
And then it's worth
know.
more than $10.
I don't know.
See,
So,
if it grows, I'll pick that. If it doesn't grow, I want land.
Marcus,
Well-
aren't you supposed to know
Isn't
everything
there a
about
poop
the dragon?
scooper?
well, I do know everything. I just choose to forget sometimes. Just kidding. So the final item is a poop scoop, which in the game, dung has a value, and this poop scoop will not. It's bound to you, meaning that if you die, it won't go away. It'll stick to you like shit on your shoe. And
God, you had to go there.
hey, that's the
can use it as a
tagline.
weapon.
That's the tagline of the whole game. It'll stick to you like shit on your shoe.
Oh,
And,
God.
You can also
So-
use it as weapon.
My brain
I
hurt
don't. Well, maybe that your opponent would run. Yes.
so badly.
And so basically, you know, and dung in the game is going to be used for crops. You know, so farmers may use it, or you may have some plants in your house or whatnot. And so that is one item that won't decay, will not go away. And and that's actually one that I would want. Okay. Now, if you're, everybody's had a chance to get followed up if they are here live right now, and looks
We
like
each have
we're not. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so a lot of people. Okay, we're rolling, and you can win multiple times, and staff can win too. So there you go. Here we go. Rolling. And Tech 102. Tech 102. You are the winner. So you'll have a message from me shortly that will give you instructions on how to let us know what you want. And Evil, you'll just have to come back and try again.
I always try again.
Yes. So.
All I got out of you is an Eve subscription.
Oh,
I never win.
I see.
Stop
I want a
whining.
baby dragon. That'll grow up and eat you.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Next week, Combat. So be here live. We'll do the show again. And next Thursday, we'll be doing the finalization of Combat and some Q&A about it. So take care, everybody. And don't forget to get your pledge in on the site, wherever the link is. I think it's down below.
Sunlight.